Although we moved up to Jones over 40 years ago to grow rice, we found that since then that rotating crops is not only good for the land, but good for the pocketbook too. Since 1966, the Zonbreakers have raised both rice and soybeans. We have 800 acres, about as far as the eye can see. Of course, anytime you raise crops, you have to make sure they have plenty of good earth, irrigation, and fertilizer. That buzzing in your ears isn't a mosquito. It's the crop dusters that come over the land mornings and afternoons. Next time you go to your grocery or a produce market, give a thought to the farmers who feed America.
Well, now from soybeans to green beans. Of course, a lot of people like to call them snap beans. I don't know, it doesn't matter what you call them. Green beans, string beans, snap beans, they're still real good. And the reason I think they're called snap beans is when you cut the tops off of them, you can hear them snap. And that, makes sense to me, doesn't it? Right now, I'll cut these again in half because I'll be cooking these. What I've already done is that I have put some bacon browning here. This is some good old Cajun string beans. Is what my mom always cooked. So I'll brown my bacon in here. And then I'm going to add some onions to this. This is the bacon that I had. This is the raw product, but I've started cooking this. You want to brown it, and it makes a little bit of bacon grease in here, and it adds to the flavor. So then I'm going to add some onions and another ingredient. And chop up just a little bit more onions here. And then the next thing that I'm going to chop up, and listen carefully now, pay attention, can't go to sleep in class. Got to chop up some red potatoes. Not too fine, but then you don't want them too large either. You want them kind of chunky. Okay. You're going to add onions to your pot. It's all going to cook together. Tasty, tasty. And also the potatoes. Very good. Together. Okay. Those onions and that bacon just smell so good. Wait till those green beans are done. Look at that. Beautiful already. Okay. Then here comes the most wonderful ingredient, string beans. Green beans. Now, I love to use the fresh because fresh is always better, but if you want to, you may use the can if you don't have access to fresh green beans. You can always take the canned beans and you rinse them. Take them, drain them, rinse them, and then throw them in your pot and cook them just like you would these, the fresh beans. So, mix this all together. Now, you season it with a little pepper and, of course, salt. Not too much because you've got bacon in there, and the bacon will naturally make it salty. And hot sauce, pepper sauce. Good deal. Good. Now, to that, you add a dab of water. Now, I'm going to cover this and let it cook just until the green beans are tender. You don't want to overcook your green beans. Now, my mother loved to cook her beans until they were really mushy, but I really didn't care for them that much, but I didn't dare tell her that. So now that I'm in my own kitchen, I cook them like I like them. So let me check my jambalaya. I really think that it's about done. Oh, yes, look at this, how gorgeous. And you see how much rice it has made? I told you it would double in bulk. Very good. Can't wait. All right? So I'll cover this back again and let it finish cooking. It's got about maybe 10 more minutes of steaming to do because you really like to steam your rice, then you turn it off, okay? They're doing good. And of course, this is the finished product of the string beans. They're so good, they'll accommodate any meal. So that's the wonderful string beans right out of the field.